Hello, welcome. This is Citi News Daily on Citi TV. My name is Pale Akanya Ofori. Coming up this evening, President Akufo refers petition against the chairperson of the Electoral Commission, Madam Charlotte Osei, to the Chief Justice. We have details of the story and others in today's edition of Citi News Daily on Citi TV. In our first story for today, President Akufo has referred a petition calling on him to revoke Article 1463 of the Constitution to impeach the chair of the Electoral Commission, Madam Charlotte Osei, to Ghana's Chief Justice. This is contained in a statement from the presidency, where the statement said that the petition was signed by Maxwell Opokuwajiman, who is a lawyer for some concerned staff of the Electoral Commission. Now, to tell us more on the story, I've been joined by Citi News Daily's Umaru Sanda Amadu. So, Umaru, first of all, tell us, what next after this petition has been sent to the Chief Justice?
So initially, we knew that the president has been served, and this has taken more than a week. We actually have been anticipating and waiting because the president actually doesn't really do anything with these petitions when they come before him. All he's supposed to do is probably just minute on it and forward it to the Chief Justice. That's what the Constitution says under Article 146. That's what he has done. But what is curious in the statement that was issued by the presidency is that the initial petition that was presented to the president was not dated and it was not signed, and indeed there were no names. Now, the lawyer Maxwell Opokuwajiman was subsequently written to, and he had come to, give further clarification and information on who the petitioners are. And mind you, Charlotte Osei is in court already challenging and saying that she has been defamed by the content of that petition, which was leaked. So we are just going to see what the Chief Justice will be doing. First of all, she will study the document and decide whether there's what the lawyers call prima facie case, which is whether or not, based on the value or the face value of the document, is there any evidence there or not. Now, if there's evidence, she'll set up a committee. Now, that committee would investigate and give a recommendation. She, when she's giving that recommendation, would just forward it to the president, and then the president will now take a decision on whether the chairperson ought to be removed or continue to stay at post.
And usually, how long do these procedures take?
Essentially, the committee will take a few days or maybe weeks to study this. That's if the Chief Justice even sets up a committee as to, mind you, for now, the document has to reach the office of the Chief Justice. She will now determine whether there is any merit or so. And if there's no merit, it is dead on arrival. But if there's a merit, she's setting up a committee. That committee may invite Charlotte Osei to come answer questions. The petitioners may be invited to also come and answer some questions. There may be some cross-examination or otherwise. Then the report will be prepared. So we probably have about a month to go. Meanwhile, the legal cases in court are still proceeding. There's a defamation case that Charlotte has brought against the lawyer who is handling this petition. So it's a pretty turbulent, but, maybe speedy if you consider the process that we'll be observing. I'm sure a lot of people have the interest in seeing how the closure would be, and so we should be seeing closure soon.
And you heard my colleague Umaru Sanda Amadu giving us updates on this story we've just brought you. Let's go to the northern region, and 2 persons have been confirmed dead after floods submerged houses in the Tamale metropolis. The regional NADMO director, Alhaji Abdada Hindu, says his office is tabulating the data for onward submission to the headquarters of NADMO. Now, he's pleaded with residents living in flood-prone areas to relocate for their own safety. Meanwhile, a delegation from the presidency was sent to Tamale today to assess the extent of damage. And now let's talk education matters. And the Ministry of Education and the West African Examination Council are scheduled to appear in court on August 14 for failing to conduct the basic education certificate examination for students in Bunkpurugu in the northern region. The Attorney General's Department has also been joined in the suit filed by child rights activist Bright Apia. Now, over 200 candidates were unable to sit for the English and religious and moral education papers in the last BECE due to a change in their examination centers. WAEC had indicated that they would have to defer and resit the papers in February 2018, but Mr. Bright Apia tells Citi News he will use the law to reverse that decision. Now, the Abeka District Court has adjourned its judgment in a case where a Lebanese supervisor, Jihad Shaban, is facing trial for assaulting an employee, Evelyn Boache. The court's decision follows an announcement by lawyers for the accused that the two parties have reached a settlement. Now, in February this year, Jihad Shaban is alleged to have dipped the face of Evelyn Boache in blended pepper. He was charged with offensive conduct, but he pleaded not guilty. That will be it for today's edition of Citi News Daily on Citi TV. Thanks for watching. My name is Akanya Ofori.
Second Image International admissions in progress. Courses available include hairdressing, beauty therapy and fashion. Call us on 0243 331 999. Evening and weekend classes are also available.